Wait a minute. Let's see if you can hear. Firstly, is the sound coming through, and then I'll change the aspect.
He says, yay.
Well, that's a start. I don't know why that other camera's not working. That's really quite odd. And I just have to, I know there's no SD card. I don't want to change the resolution. I want to change the
There we are.
oh, now my green screen's red today. Honest to God. We want to enjoy the illusion that, or the delusion. I'm not quite sure. We'll go for an illusion or a delusion. And it looks so fabulous. I set up ages ago. Like I was chatting to some of you.
Okay, let's pretend that that last 5 minutes or so never happened. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's little
Stuff up.
Don't you love technology? It's fabulous. It's really great. Love it. Love it.
Anyway, my boobs are glowing, but Welcome to True Hauntings, the untold. We look at some around the world that didn't quite make it into the True Hauntings podcast, but quickly eyes again.
Oh my God. We can't be serious for a second.
No. Here we are. We're trying to be leaders in the educational community for the paranormal.
We're going googly eyes.
Alex Stone, fabulous. I wish I was, but I'm not.
Oh,
I've had some Panadol and some Disprin. I had a massage done yesterday, a deep tissue massage, and I'm paying for it today. I'm in so much pain. It's released all my toxins. Anyway, I might explain all the weird I've been having today.
They work on your neck like a butthole.
I don't know. I'm a little concerned at one stage because she's like, before they tuck the towel into the top of your knickers, this one's pulled the knickers down to the bottom of a crack, and I've gone, oh, I didn't think it was that sort of massage. Googly eyes.
Anyway,
Anywho,
we've got some stories to share with you, some really interesting stories.
And our New Zealand trip is up. We have called it. It is happening. We are definitely going. So we have 5 spots left. There are no more solo spots, only twin a buddy. So if anyone would like to come to New Zealand for us, educating you,
spend your good money.
So, Andy, go.
It was not a happy ever after massage.
No.
No, that would have been cheaper.
I tell you what, she went hard. She hard. And made me realise the one I'd had before that, I was sort of left that going, feeling unsatisfied, just unsatisfied.
Oh,
but this one, a bit rough on me.
Oh, look, if you could do us a favour and share this to somebody else.
Sure, someone else would like, after 10 minutes of just shit. Anyway, hello, Debbie loves crafting. Who on here is coming to New Zealand with us? Write in the comments, NZ or me or something like that so we know. And if you'd like to come with us, put in, I'd love to, NZ, but you start this.
Yes, all right. So when we were doing our radio show on Tuesday night, we came up with a bit of a story on haunted highways. Now, everyone loves a haunted highway. Let's face it, there are haunted highways all over the world. And I think we could just do a podcast just on haunted highways, and it would take us years to get through all of them. So we're talking about two in Australia today, and we're going to take you deep down on a road trip. It's got to be the best ever.
We did a whole road.
Look deep into down a road trip. And I'm going to be talking about one place that we know very, very well. It's a big story around where we live, and that is the Wakehurst Parkway. So, who has heard of the haunted road on the way as part of the Wakehurst Parkway in Sydney's Northern Beaches? Give us a yes or a no. We've had people leave. We haven't even had people join. We've had people leave. So by day, it's actually quite pretty. It winds through bushland, tall trees leaning over the bitumen, sunlit flickering through like a strobe as you drive along. Oh, that's so poetic. But at night, that same road feels like it's closing in on you. The trees become walls. Your headlights carve a tunnel through the dark, and it is very easy to feel like you're not alone. So tonight, I want to take you along the road with me, especially around Christmas when the stories seem to come alive. Now, both of these stories are based around Christmas ghosts.
Because it's December. If you haven't had enough of Christmas carols, we're going to bring you Christmas stories.
Yes.
Wait till you hear the True Hauntings podcast for Christmas Eve.
Oh, no. Before let me know in the chat, would you drive the Wakehurst Parkway alone after 10 p.m.?
Yes.
Have you?
Or no?
Have you driven the Wakehurst Parkway alone after 10 p.m.?
Not alone. I had you in the car with me gagging.
Well, if you'd taken your foot off my neck, I would.
Why was your foot underneath the accelerator?
So as you're answering that, hopefully. Hi, Daisy. I'm not going to get it.
That's where we have not been drinking or smoking Mary Jo or anything like that.
Help us do that.
Well, remember we had some cakes in Amsterdam and had no effect on us whatsoever. I'm very disappointed.
Right, so picture this. It's just before midnight, mid-December. You're driving home after a late shift or a Christmas catch-up. Car is warm, the air outside is thick and humid in that very Sydney way, and cicadas are screaming in the trees. There are no street lights for long stretches, just your headlights and the dark. And can I tell you, I hate that. I hate when there aren't street lights, and the only light I have are from the headlights. And if you can't go high beam, that's even worse.
Oh yeah.
And I hate the idea of possibly hitting an animal, so it really freaks me out. Anyway, I digress. You come around a curve near Oxford Halls, the kind of bend
Whose halls?
Oxford Hall Falls.
Oxford Halls. Oxford Halls? Falls.
The kind of bend where you instinctively ease your foot off the accelerator, and that's when you see her standing on the edge of the road, or sometimes right in the middle of the road. She's got old-fashioned clothes, a long dress, the hair is loose, the head bowed just slightly in a freaky, very spooky way, like she's searching for something on the ground or possibly listening. That is exactly what one driver reported in December 2014, so not that long ago. It made the Manly Daily newspaper, and he saw a woman step out in front of his car just before midnight along the Wakehurst Parkway. He thought he was about to hit her, and he slammed on the brakes and swerved. And guess what happened? She vanished. She vanished instantly. So there was no thud. He hadn't hit her. There was no scream. There was nothing on the road behind him, just empty bitumen and his own heartbeat pounding in his ears. So now, if that was a one-off story, you'd file it under, well, what that guy must have been super tired, but it isn't. Since at least the 1970s, there have been whispers from locals, from police, and from night shift workers that something walks that road. Stop it!
We're naughty tonight. What can I say?
Sometimes a woman in white and sometimes just a pale figure, half seen in the mist near the tree line. Sometimes she's on the verge, sometimes right in the middle of the lane, forcing drivers to react. Now, that would be as scary as all hell. Really, really would. And what's really interesting is this. These sightings seem to cluster mid-December to mid-January. So those 4 weeks. Now that's not to say that she doesn't appear at other times of the year, but if you really want to try and see her, it is about now to mid-January, and it's after 10 o'clock in those cases. So my question to you is, why Christmas? Why would she be setting Christmas time? Is it just that more people are driving at night, or is there something about that time of the year that stirs things? So let me know in the chat. Number one, if you think it's because there's more traffic and more tired drivers, or they've had a bit of eggnog or some alcohol and they're actually driving home.
Naughty, naughty.
They shouldn't be. Or two, if you think the emotional energy of Christmas might trigger hauntings. Because we do always, and ever since I've been doing this work, we hear a lot more stories around Christmas of people having interactions with their loved ones in spirit, or seeing things or feeling things. It just seems a lot more activated around Christmas time. So what do you think? So Virginia says 2. The emotional energy of Christmas might be triggering hauntings. Absolutely. Well, they don't. How do you know, Shane?
She might be holding Santa's sack.
Are you saying that Santa is not real? Are you?
Oh, those elves on the shelf.
I saw an ad as I was scrolling yesterday, and they have a gnome church, and you can be ordained.
Oh, can we do it?
You can be ordained into the gnome church. Please, please let us do that. In December 1928, a carriage driver reported something eerily similar on this stretch of road near Oxford Falls. He was travelling late at night and saw a young girl standing beside a tree, and she was crying.
Aww.
As he approached, she disappeared, just wasn't there anymore. He later described her clothes as thin and not suited for summer. Just an interesting statement. We talked about this on Thursday.
Yeah.
What is thin and not suited for summer?
Unless it was like see-through thin or just not suitable.
Yeah. So we used to that phrase in maybe winter, when you might be seeing, someone standing there in shorts and a t-shirt, but in summer, in the thick heat of a Sydney December, she still looked out of place, which was very, very interesting. And that thin clothing detail pops up again and again in later accounts. So we have the same sort of story coming up over. She's in old-fashioned clothing. She's out there at night all alone. She could be crying. It's around Christmas time, and she's dressed incorrectly for the weather. Right. So who could she be? Now, one theory points to the Oxford Falls convent. It once took in young women who had nowhere else to go, and women who were vulnerable, alone, or in trouble, in ways that society judged harshly at that time. Stories circulate that women disappeared. Stories circulate that women who disappeared and were never spoken of again were something that seemed to happen around that area. Also, unmarked graves. So, who were the graves for? And girls left to go home, but never arrived. So, girls leaving the convent, but never actually getting
After
home.
seeing what happened in Ireland, and I know also probably England and many other places as well, with convents looking after the girls and their babies, I would be not surprised at all what they find where those little stones or markers are.
They have found 16 bodies already.
Oh, they finally owned up to
Yes,
it, have they?
yes, they found 16.
Because they were trying to
allegedly.
say that they were animal bones and things like that. It's like, no, you can't push this under the carpet. I'm sorry, they need to own this. Oh, if anyone wants to know more about that, I'll pop it in the comments. I keep banging on about it all the time, so people know, because it's something. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Something very clever.
Let me get on with the story while Anne's doing that. So nothing officially confirmed, of course. These kinds of institutions were very good and still are very good at keeping the secrets. But the rumours persist. And in these cases, the rumours have a little touch of truth in them. So imagine being one of these women trying to run away, trying to get home, maybe leaving in clothing that wasn't appropriate for the weather or having nothing else to wear. Imagine stepping out into the same dark bushland long before the bitumen was laid. Is it possible that what we're seeing is now an echo of that journey that never ended? Now let's jump forward to
Explain
2019.
the clothing as well, if she's escaped during the night in her night shift or something like that, rather than
Shoes.
Yeah,
Shoes
yeah.
and
I didn't think of that
stuff,
before.
Yeah. So she may not have anything on her feet as well. A woman wrote that she was driving home after a late shift in 2019, again along Wakehurst Parkway, where she saw someone on the passenger side of the road. Again, white dress, hair loose, head lowered.
Do you think it's because they're not manifesting, they don't have the strength to manifest themselves in full colour? Or is it just always a white dress? What's your thoughts? Is it just they don't have enough energy to be able to show their full form? Or do you always appear in a white dress, white Victorian dress?
Maybe that's what she was wearing when she died. So she felt an overwhelming wave of sadness, like she'd just driven past someone who desperately needed help and she failed them. When she looked back in the mirror, there was nothing there. She described the clothing as thin, wrong for the weather. There's that detail again. A retired police officer also spoke about the Parkway. He said the officers would avoid patrolling it alone at night, not because of crime, but because of the things they saw from the corner of their eyes. Figures in the bush, something stepping out and then back, shapes that should not have been there. One officer said that he refused to patrol that stretch after Christmas Eve 1987. He swore a woman stood in the centre of the road and dissolved as the headlights hit her. So here we've got a couple of theories. And what do you think is going on? What do you think is going on? Why are people seeing this figure?
Has the sound gone? Please let us know if the sound. Oh, geez. That's on. That's working. Haven't changed anything.
Can hear us. Good
Is
for
that,
me.
That's back on again.
I can hear you fine. We'll carry on.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you.
Okay. So my question was, what do you think is happening? Why is this woman appearing like this? Is she a real ghost? Is she a manifestation of something that people might be seeing that is perfectly sensible, but they are attaching what they think they're seeing to this myth and legend of this woman who appears in the middle of the road? Do you think there are enough of these stories that make it real?
Have any of you seen her? Who was the wonderful gentleman that rang us from out
Nugget.
Nugget. Oh, we had Nugget on Tuesday night. He was fabulous.
Yes, he was
Is
telling
anyone else
us.
having intermittent sound, or is it maybe somebody else that's having issues? Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
We're trying. We're trying. We're very trying. I think I worked out why the other microphone and camera wasn't working, because the Facebook still had the camera and the microphones attached to it. So I think that's what it was. Too many stories. I'm not sure. Is that it to the sound? Can you hear us? Just confirm that you can hear us. No sound. Okay. I'll all right, get those other mics on. Mine is still on. That is still on. And I will unplug.
Please let us know if you can
Hang
hear
on,
us
I'm
now.
just unplugging. You get the curse of the hitchhiking ghost, I tell you.
It's a likelihood that sound is on.
I can see that it's coming through.
Can you hear us? Yes, now. Yes, now. Lindy still says nope. You're back.
I'm scared to change anything if it's working. It's saying headset, but it shouldn't be on headset. So what's happened is my Rodecaster Pro microphone has locked up and I can't turn it off. I can't do anything with it. It's just seized up. So I'm not quite sure why it's done that. Not even Cousin Steve would have fixed this. I taught Cousin Steve how to do all of this. So there is something wrong with my Rodecaster mics. Oh, so frustrating. I'll put it on to charge and hopefully it will reboot while it's charging. All good. Shall we continue, everyone? Thank you for your patience. I don't know why our numbers have gone up while that was going on, but you know, good. I've got to retrieve my microphone. Right, I got it.
All right.
It's perfect, Daisy said. I'm not touching a thing.
This story has lost all of its.
I'm just waiting for the sun to fall over us now. We'll be right back to where we started from.
So put this be. Let's look at rational things that are going on. So I can finish this. Stop this first. What's going on? This be tiredness or a microsleep. Drivers traveling late at night around Christmas are often persistent. So microsleeps or fatigue hallucinations could be very real. Could be pareidolia. Our brains are wired to see human shapes in faces and clouds and things. So along a dark road that has trees and everything on either side, sometimes when the light hits it at a particular angle, you get pareidolia. It could be fog, mist, or reflections. It could be humid summer nights can create patches of mist. A light drizzle on a windscreen combined with oncoming headlights can create ghostly figures that appear to move exactly as you turn a corner. And of course, we have the urban legend. So the urban legend says this place is haunted. So therefore, anything that we see is then associated with that. And every odd feeling becomes, I nearly hit a ghost. So stories get shared, repeated, and embellished. But there's still that pattern. You still have similar descriptions of the same figure, reports spanning decades, a narrow seasonal window, mid-December to mid-January, and multiple witnesses to report that overwhelming sadness rather than fear. That emotional component interests me. It's not just I saw something weird, it's I felt like I had just driven past someone who needed help and I couldn't help her. Whether that's the influence of a spirit or our own empathy kicking into overdrive on a lonely road leaves a mark.
We want to see your face.
Oh no, I can't do this. So there's mine.
Story just flowed.
It flowed.
Renata,
Oh, you're welcome.
thank you for giving me a haunted Sydney Road story. But I'm going to take you out somewhere far more remote than that. We are going to the Nullarbor. We did cover this on our 2HD 2SM show on Tuesday night. We know a lot of you don't know about that show, so we thought this is why we're presenting it here for you as well. Someone actually done that drive from Western Australia to South Australia. I've not. I think I would be a little tentative to attempt it, especially with a Tesla. Be able to charge. Anyway, find a kangaroo, plug it in, see what happens, eh? All right, so the Nullarbor. If you've ever done that drive between Western Australia and South Australia, you know exactly what I mean when I say it's beautiful and it's absolutely terrifying at night. It's just you, the bitumen, and a whole lot of nothing. The sky is so big and it feels like it might tip and fall on. Your headlights push out into the blackness, and beyond that is just nothing.
That's UFO territory.
Emptiness. So tonight I'm going to tell you about a haunting on that road that appears again and again, especially around this time of the year. This one is a phantom child. I found for this and everything.
It's in front of the child. What's that?
There.
Oh, yes. There you go. There he is. There he is.
Yes, it's Renata's got big googly
No,
eyes.
I thought that was.
Yes, the min lights too.
I
Yes.
thought it was a headstone. Now.
All right. So Phantom Child we're going to be looking at for this one. But have you ever done one of those huge long road trips? I've driven from Sydney down to Melbourne into Victoria's countryside. So if you have done a big road trip, put in road trip. And if you've never done a big road trip, put in never. Let's see how many of you have done big road trips. If you can tell me where
Never,
you've
never.
gone,
Put in never, never.
also put in there, because we've got people from all over the world watching.
Oh, you poor bastards.
We're the cream of Australians, paranormal.
The witch queen.
Yeah, tonight. Anyway,
Oh,
first story. Now, there's a couple of these stories. This first one is Christmas 2002. December. A family is driving along the Eyre Highway near, now, is it Kaguna? It's late. The kids are half asleep in the back of the car. The road is long, and that hypnotic ribbon stretching ahead of you through the dark is dangerous. Suddenly, the parents see something on the shoulder of the road. It's a small boy, barefoot and standing very still. That is every parent's worst nightmare. They slow down immediately, of course, and they pull over, put their hazard lights on. But this is in the middle of nowhere. There are no houses, there's no towns, there are no visible campsites, just scrub and darkness. They get out of the car and start calling to him. No answer. The boy turns and walks away, just a few steps into the darkness at the edge of the road. They follow with flashlights, torches, hearts pounding, absolutely convinced some family has broken down and a child has wandered off. And then he's gone. No footprints in the sand, no disturbed shrubs, no voices calling, no car, no campfire, nothing. Later, this incident makes the Kalgoorlie miner and police, that's not a child, that is a newspaper, for those who want to know what that is. Police check for any reports of missing children, anyone who may have been stranded, any accidents. They find nothing. It's as if the little boy was never really there. Now, fast forward, next story, Christmas Eve on the highway, with googly eyes, and a truck driver, 3 a.m. A truck driver is making that same lonely run across the Nullarbor. These drivers know the road, they know the tricks their eyes can play on them, and they know the dangers, fatigue, wildlife, and sheer boredom, unless you're listening to the True Hauntings podcast. He sees a small figure standing by the roadside, a child. Again, barefoot, wearing shorts and a plain t-shirt, head lowered slightly, not waving, not signalling, unlike our little fella here, just standing there. So he slows down. At first he thinks there must be a caravan or a tent just off the road. Maybe a family is camped nearby and the kid just started to wander. As he passes those, something feels off. The child isn't moving like a normal kid caught in the headlights. No flinching, though just very still. The truckie looks into his side mirror to double check, and the child is gone. Vanished. No time for him to have run, nowhere to hide, just empty shoulder and endless scrub. He keeps this story to himself for years because really, how many laughs do you want to have at the roadhouse when you say, I saw a ghost kid at the Nullarbor? They'd be ripping him off forever, but as we always say on our tours, maybe it is worthwhile mentioning because there might be others who have had the same experience. So eventually he writes a letter to the West Australian newspaper, and the details that make your hair will make your hair stand on end, right? His description matches the 2002 family report that was 3 years earlier. Barefoot, shorts, plain t-shirt, head lowered slightly, and no visible expression. But wait, there's more. Now we're up to 2016. Thank you, phone. The couple near Baladonia. 2016, a couple is driving from Adelaide to Esperance. It's one of those huge holiday drives broken up by fuel stops, servo meals, and arguments over who gets the good playlist. We don't have those arguments, do we, Renata?
No, we don't.
We listen to books. We try to educate ourselves. Psychology. Not working. Right. So they're nearing Baladonia when the woman in the passenger seat sees something on the side of the road. Guess what it is?
It's a little boy.
A small figure. She's certain it's a child. She insists they stop like the good person she is.
Mm-hmm.
Her partner pulls over a little reluctantly. The partner. But you know what it's like. You don't ignore a child on the side of a highway, even in the middle of nowhere. No, you don't. You should get out and check. They get out with their flashlights, calling out, walking up and down the verge. That's the side of the road, checking the immediate scrub, but nothing. No snap branches, no footprints. Yet again, no soft sobbing from the dark. Later, the woman says something that sort of sticks with you. He looked like he wanted help, but when we got close, it was like he wasn't really there. So across these 3 reports, we've got a small child boy alone, barefoot, silent, appearing just long enough to be noticed and then gone. Again, we've got the timing that is interesting, that it is around December, around Christmas. But who is it? Who do we think it is?
It's not Santa.
Oh, I think Catherine's worked it out. Zena's worked it out. It's a demon.
It's a demon.
It's a demon. Absolutely. If you want to get views, it's a demon. Could it be what you call a residual haunting, something that is an echo of the past, not necessarily an intelligent entity that is there that's going to interact with you? You've got to face it, the Nullarbor has seen a lot of accidents, especially in the days before we had the modern safety standards, such as seatbelts and airbags and trumpeter zones in your car, and insisting that you have rest stops every 2 to 3 hours. It was Lorraine Warren. I'll pay that one.
And our lovely friend Cheryl and Darcy told us what the name Nullarbor actually means. So she told us it's Latin and it means no trees.
No, arbor.
Arbor,
Yes. All right. So some of these stories were documented. Families that vanished on the road had accidents. One such case from the late 1960s involved a family whose car was discovered crashed. Some members were found, and one child was never recovered. Yeah, we know what happened to that one. The dingoes had breakfast. Oh, already going to hell. Right. So if something like that had happened near that stretch of road, it's not hard to imagine that it could be a residual imprint, a trauma, something that's left a bit of a stain on the environment. A child confused, lost, separated from their family in a split second, not really understanding what's happening. Right. So with residual, they won't interact, they won't speak. He's there but not there. It's like playing a video. You can see the people, your loved ones there, but you can't interact or talk with them anymore. It's just an image of them. Could it be an intelligent aliens? Dingoes ate the leftovers. The second theory is that it could be an intelligent haunting, someone that's aware. Witnesses talk about feeling watched. Others talk about a sudden wave of emotion, but I think that could be their emotion on seeing a child and being scared. I don't know if it's actually projected from the entity. Sadness.
Well, it's a sad thought, isn't it? That
Yeah.
you're passing a child in the middle of nowhere and it's seemingly calling out to you
Yeah.
or trying to get your attention. That's a really sad thing to have to think about.
So it could be a fragment of consciousness, like we talked once before about a sliver of your soul being in certain places. It
A
could be that.
shard.
A shard. Don't know. So he appears to travelers like he's in trouble or needing help. Maybe he's drawn to families or to the idea of parents and children together. And maybe he's simply replaying his last conscious state, waiting and hoping. Whatever the case, the emotional punch of these encounters is strong, and people just say, I saw something weird. And then they say, I felt heartbroken. Oh, welcome to our little private club. For those who are in the Grand Poo bars, I've got a little treat for you arriving tomorrow, something that hasn't happened for a long time. And the YouTube poo bars and our Facebook poo bars get them. The poo bars. Right. Now let's go on to another theory here.
Do I know about this?
Yes, I played it for you earlier.
Oh, yes.
And Renata says a naughty word. Right, there could be another layer to this. And you, Murray, you might be able to help us with this one. An Aboriginal elder quoted in a 1998 article for the Border Chronicles and spoke about spirits on the Nullarbor that sometimes appear as children to travellers, not to harm them, but to warn them. Things like slow down, stop and rest, don't fall asleep at the wheel. And that is a road where fatigue does set in and is one of the biggest killers because it's that white line fever, as they call it. You just keep watching that line go over and over, and it actually sends you into a hypnotic state. So don't be tough. Everyone who's doing traveling over Christmas or whenever, please take the time to take a break because we don't want to be talking to you through a spirit box next time.
No.
Right, okay. Imagine this. You're nodding off, your focus is slipping, you see a child on the side of the road, and your whole system jolts awake. It's a bit like an adrenaline shot. Your adrenaline spikes, you pull over, and guess what you end up doing? You get out, you refresh yourself, you're looking around, you're agitated. You're actually refreshing yourself. You're having a break. And it's exactly what you need to do. And that spirit showing itself at that particular moment of time may just be saving your life. So maybe the Nullarbor phantom child isn't a harbinger of death, but a guardian in disguise. All right. So what do you think it is? Do you think this is a residual haunting of something that happened? Do you think it's maybe a shard of a soul that's left there, still trying to reach out for help? Or do you think if it's a guardian? So residual, intelligent, or guardian? Put it in the chat. Let us know what you think. I'd be curious to know. Who's Dragonfly here? I have a friend who is a truck driver, lots of stories, these long hauls. I would love to know those stories. That would be amazing. Definitely a warning. Have you heard of the children's spirits on the Nullarbor at all, Yindi? Guardian, residual. It's interesting though. But why Christmas? Why is it appearing at Christmas? I mean, it's great for us because it means we get some content over Christmas. Maybe it's because there's more families taking that road during the Christmas period. There's more people travelling, so the child gets to show itself more often. People are pushing themselves to make it there tonight. We can do it. I can make it. Instead of stopping and resting, so the child is appearing to warn them. And also Christmas heightens emotions. Sometimes it's joy, sometimes it's sadness, sometimes it's grief. First Christmas without loved ones is horrendous. It's horrible. And you're looking at that empty seat at the table where they'd always sit and it breaks your heart. Yeah, so that emotional intensity it could almost open up a link to reach out to the others. So maybe, or maybe the person passed around that time. But what it could also be, we're going to put logical hats on now. Could it be fatigue hallucinations? As I think it was India said they saw something while they were driving. Somebody said they hallucinated something when they were driving. And like Dave Mann might have some input on this too, because I know he does a lot of transport of cars and things like that and would do big long hauls. Is it possible for your brain to start hallucinating through exhaustion and that white line, what do they call it, fever? Optical illusions in headlights, heat haze, it is very hot out there, especially in December. Mirages, distortions in the air over the road that can make shrubs or signposts look like small figure standing still, and as you approach, the angle changes and the person disappears. Ooh, I like that one. Story spread amongst travellers. Once the story is out there, oh, there's a ghost kid on the Nullarbor. People are primed and are looking for it, and will start attributing any shrub to being a child.
There are no shrubs there.
Or a flash of an aluminium can on the side of the road and your headlights catch it, gives you a, oh, I don't know, I'm making shit up now. I got the hiccups. How many more?
One.
I think 2. I think I'm done. Right, is it trauma? The idea of a lost child is one of the most emotionally charged images we have. That's why I was surprised when we went to America. You'd get these alerts on your phone saying there was an Amber Alert or something like that when a child would go missing. Do you remember getting those? And we don't get that in Australia. We don't have children go missing that often, thankfully.
The one thing that's intriguing about both of these stories is that people are seeing exactly the same figure, exactly dressed the same way, which is very, very unique. So they're not seeing different figures, they're seeing the same, which is, yeah.
But is that because the idea's been implanted that it's a child that looks like this?
I don't think so. I mean, we've never heard of this story. The likelihood of people driving through the Nullarbor probably haven't heard of the story either.
Okay, Michelle said she gets those messages in Sydney, but not just for kids, for any missing person. Maybe we're just quiet here in the Hunter Valley. Not much action. Although somebody did die from
And there
Darcy
is a
Street the
child
other day.
missing from East Maitland at the moment.
Oh,
A
wow.
little boy.
Oh. Okay. We're nearly done. We nearly made it. But yeah, as Renata was saying, the strange thing about all of this is the consistency of the stories. That we've got the similar description, same clothing, bare feet, strange stillness, same stretch of highway, and same time of year. But they're gentle stories. There's nothing nasty happening around them. It doesn't seem to be vengeful. It's not chasing cars. It doesn't appear to be mangled or bloodied. He just stands there still and silent. So
the one thing that would happen 100% is that you would slow down. You'd slow down because the heart would be pumping so much blood. You would be in such a hyper state for a good 20 minutes to half an hour. You would slow down at that point in time and really, really take note of what was happening on the road. And maybe, just maybe, as people have said, that gets them past that troubled part of that road where a lot of things have happened. And for whatever reason, that spirit is there just to drop them back into reality. And yeah, you slow down, you calm down, and then you take off and take the trip more seriously.
oh, thank you. They have amber and silver is for the elderly. That's really good. Do they have red alert? Do I dare ask what a red alert is? If you're fatigued, you see anything, a mate of mine hit the brakes because he's seen a brick wall and there was nothing there.
Oh, wow.
Wow. They'd be slow. My car does that occasionally. She jumps a bit, doesn't she? She thinks there's something.
She's a bit toey.
Bit toey sometimes, is old Rosie. And she thinks there's someone going to jump out and side road and get us. And I don't have full self-driving yet. Anyway, That's our stories. I hope you've enjoyed, apart from the madness with the microphones and the cameras and everything else going crazy tonight. I don't really know. I think the first time it was because I still had Facebook connected because we did a live to our Haunted Holidays New Zealand group. If anyone wants to come to New Zealand, reach out to us, check out the Haunted Holidays on Facebook and look at our New Zealand tour. 7 days, 6 nights with us, 11th of May to the 18th of May. But most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell so that you get notified when our lives are on. Consider joining the Grand Poobahs either as a Patreon on Facebook or here on YouTube as well. I actually managed to get the live going to our Grand Poobahs on YouTube and Facebook the other day. I was very proud of myself. See, you can still teach an old bit new tricks. And you can check out the True Hauntings podcast. Renata, what is that about? It comes out tomorrow.
It is about the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall, and it is a very, very famous photograph of this silhouette figure coming down a set of very grand stairs. And that was one of those moments in time where photography of the dead really changed, because there was a real belief that they had finally actually captured a real ghost photo. So I'm going to tell you the story about who she is, what happened to her, and why that photograph was taken.
No, it's not too late to send cards, please. I haven't been down to the post box to check, and I'm terrified that nobody has sent us cards because it would be awful. We have got Cameron, thank you, Cameron, and we've got Marshmallow Mel as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sure there's cards down there, but they only take a couple of days to come through. And even if we get them after Christmas, we treasure them.
I will do a bit of a Chrissy night for the last Thursday before Christmas for you guys.
Next Thursday.
And so we'll be wearing Christmas hats and all of that, and you can join us in for a
some
nice
baubles someone made for us too.
A nice Chrissy night.
Yeah.
Some Christmas stories and some fun and some memories and all of that. And you need to buy yourself, a little drinky poo and, wear a hat and take a photo or a selfie of yourself and send it in while you're
Cousin
watching.
Steve will be here.
Absolutely. So we'll be doing.
Yeah, might even bring Roman in. Roman's, yes, those who are in the Grand Poobahs will work out what Roman's been up to tomorrow. He's a bugger. We deserved it, didn't we? We did.
Anyway, we shall let you go. Thank you all very, very much for being here and sticking with us through this. Sometimes the technical stuff really isn't, it's kind of not our fault. It just is what it is. And we thank you. We thank you so much for sticking with us until we got it right. So it's so appreciated.
The set didn't fall on us.
No. So thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and all that stuff. And leave some eggplants and hearts in the comments because I really like it when people leave emojis in the comments. And we will see you on the dark side.
Yes, so spooky.
Be frightfully good.
And don't be a dickhead.
Bye.